Most women think their sleep problems are caused by stress, age, or just being a light sleeper. But the truth is far deeper. Your hormones control your sleep, and your sleep controls your hormones. When one goes off balance, the other begins to spiral. After 35 to 40, many women suddenly experience symptoms they've never dealt with before. Waking up at 3 a.m., trouble falling asleep, night sweats, restless nights, anxiety at bedtime, or feeling tired no matter how long they sleep. These changes aren't random, they're hormonal. Progesterone drops, estrogen fluctuates, cortisol becomes more reactive, insulin gets harder to control, and thyroid hormones slow down. And poor sleep makes every one of these shifts worse. In this video, you'll learn why sleep is one of the most powerful hormone regulators, how your nightly rest affects estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, thyroid, and insulin, and the practical steps you can take to restore deep, refreshing sleep at any age. Cortisol and sleep: why stress controls your nights. If you fall asleep exhausted but wake up in the middle of the night, or if your mind suddenly becomes alert at 3 a.m. for no reason, that's not insomnia. That's cortisol, your stress hormone, taking over when it shouldn't. 1. Cortisol has a daily rhythm and sleep depends on it. Cortisol isn't the enemy. You need it to wake up, think clearly, and have energy. But it must follow a healthy 24-hour pattern. High in the morning to help you wake up. Low at night so you can fall asleep. After 40, this rhythm becomes easier to disrupt because progesterone, a natural cortisol buffer, declines. Estrogen becomes unpredictable. Stress tolerance decreases. The nervous system becomes more sensitive. These changes make nighttime cortisol spikes much more common. 2. Why cortisol spikes at night, even when you feel tired. A healthy body lowers cortisol as bedtime approaches. But if your stress hormones are dysregulated, cortisol may rise at night, causing racing thoughts, restlessness, trouble falling asleep, feeling tired but wired, waking up suddenly between 2 and 4 a.m., difficulty going back to sleep. This reverse cortisol curve affects millions of women during perimenopause. 3 a.m. Wake up, what's actually happening. Waking up at 3 a.m., wide awake, is one of the most common hormonal sleep symptoms. Here's why. Cortisol rises sharply. Adrenaline may spike. Blood sugar drops too low. Your brain becomes alert. Melatonin decreases prematurely. This is not anxiety, it's biology. Nighttime cortisol spikes are often caused by emotional stress, eating too little during the day, blood sugar crashes, too much caffeine, late-night screen time, declining progesterone, chronic inflammation. Understanding this pattern helps women stop blaming themselves for bad sleep. 4. Cortisol sabotages. Melatonin, your sleep hormone. Melatonin and cortisol work opposite each other. When cortisol is high, melatonin drops, sleep becomes shallow. Dreams become vivid. The brain stays alert. It becomes harder to reach deep sleep, slow-wave sleep. This is why stressed women often sleep, but don't feel rested. 5. High cortisol makes the nervous system hyperactive. Cortisol doesn't just disrupt sleep, it changes how your brain reacts to stress. High cortisol causes overthinking at bedtime, irritability, loud internal chatter, emotional sensitivity, trouble winding down, heightened worry. Even normal thoughts feel bigger at night when cortisol is unstable. 6. Cortisol is stronger when progesterone declines. After 35 to 40, progesterone declines. Estrogen becomes unpredictable. Cortisol becomes harder to regulate. Progesterone is naturally calming. It activates GABA, the brain's relaxation chemical. So when progesterone drops, cortisol hits harder. This explains why so many women experience new nighttime anxiety. Shorter sleep cycles, more restlessness, lighter sleep, increased irritability. It's not a personality change, it's hormonal. Cortisol shapes your entire sleep experience. If it spikes at night or stays too high during the day, sleep becomes lighter, shorter, and more fragmented. Women over 40 are especially vulnerable to cortisol disruption because the hormones that once buffered stress naturally decline. Restoring sleep begins with calming cortisol. Once the stress response becomes steadier, deep sleep can return. Progesterone, the calming hormone. Behind deep sleep. If your sleep used to be deep and effortless, but now you toss, turn, and wake up feeling unrested, your progesterone levels may be the reason. Progesterone is your body's natural sleep hormone, and it begins declining years before menopause. 1. Progesterone naturally declines. After 35 to 40, and sleep is the first to suffer. Progesterone drops earlier and faster than estrogen. This early decline is one of the biggest causes of new sleep problems in women who previously slept well. Low progesterone causes lighter sleep, difficulty falling asleep, more frequent waking, anxiety at bedtime, emotional sensitivity, night restlessness. It's not aging, it's hormonal. Many women notice sleep changes long before their periods become irregular because progesterone is the first hormone to lose stability. 2. Progesterone activates GABA, the brain's relaxation chemical. G. ABA is the neurotransmitter that helps your brain slow down at night. Progesterone increases GABA levels, leading to relaxation, calmness, fewer racing thoughts, easier transitions to sleep, deeper, uninterrupted rest. When progesterone declines, GABA activity drops, and your brain struggles to turn off. This makes women feel mentally overstimulated at bedtime, even when physically exhausted. 3. Why low progesterone causes night anxiety and overthinking. Many women say, "Why do my worries feel bigger at night?" Or, "My mind won't stop even when I'm tired." This is directly linked to declining progesterone. Low progesterone means your emotional filter becomes thinner. Your brain becomes more reactive to stress. Thoughts feel more intense. Small concerns feel overwhelming. The body stays in alert mode longer. This nighttime anxiety is not psychological, it's hormonal physiology. 4. Low progesterone disrupts body temperature regulation. Progesterone plays a role in thermoregulation, your body's ability to stay cool and stable at night. Lower progesterone can cause hot flashes, night sweats, sudden overheating, waking up drenched, difficulty falling back asleep. These symptoms disturb sleep cycles and shorten deep sleep time. 5. Low progesterone makes PMS-related sleep problems worse. Many women experience insomnia the week before their period, increased irritability, restless nights, heightened stress sensitivity, early morning waking. This is because progesterone drops during the luteal phase and becomes even more unstable after 40. PMS sleep disturbance is actually a progesterone-driven sleep disturbance. 6. Low progesterone equals shorter, lighter sleep cycles. Deep sleep, slow-wave sleep, and REM sleep are heavily influenced by progesterone. Low progesterone leads to lighter sleep, more frequent awakenings, shorter REM cycles, lower overall sleep quality, feeling unrefreshed even after 7 to 8 hours. Women often say, "I slept, but my sleep was shallow." This is classic low progesterone sleep. 7. How to support progesterone naturally. General education only. Stabilize blood sugar, reduce evening stress, magnesium-rich foods, healthy fats, progesterone is made from cholesterol, consistent sleep schedule, avoiding extreme dieting. These don't replace medical care, but help the body produce progesterone more effectively. Progesterone is one of the most important hormones for deep, restful sleep, and it begins declining long before menopause. This drop affects your brain, your stress response, your temperature, your emotional stability, and your overall sleep architecture. Understanding this connection helps women finally make sense of their nighttime struggles. Estrogen and sleep, temperature, mood, and brain chemistry. If you're waking up hot, sweating through your sheets, feeling emotionally fragile, or tossing and turning during the night, estrogen may be the real reason your sleep has changed. Estrogen doesn't just shape your cycle, it shapes how your brain sleeps. 1. Estrogen fluctuates. After 40, and sleep becomes unpredictable. Unlike progesterone, which declines steadily, estrogen becomes chaotic during perimenopause. It rises too high, then drops too low, often within the same week. These fluctuations affect temperature regulation, mood stability, REM sleep, melatonin production, serotonin levels, sleep architecture. This is why sleep becomes inconsistent. Some nights you sleep fine, other nights are impossible. 2. Estrogen affects body temperature, the cause of night sweats and hot flashes. Estrogen helps maintain your body's internal thermostat. When estrogen fluctuates, the brain misreads temperature. Heat rises suddenly, sweating increases, heart rate may spike, sleep becomes disrupted. Night sweats are not just a menopause symptom, they begin years earlier as estrogen becomes unstable. These temperature swings pull women out of deep sleep, often leaving them awake for hours. 3. Estrogen boosts serotonin, the mood and sleep connection. Serotonin is a key neurotransmitter for emotional stability, happiness, appetite regulation, sleep quality, melatonin production. Estrogen increases serotonin levels, which improves mood and supports deep sleep. But when estrogen drops, mood becomes unstable. Irritability increases, tears come easily. Anxiety rises, melatonin production decreases. Sleep becomes lighter. This is why emotional sensitivity often goes hand in hand with sleep problems. 4. Low estrogen reduces melatonin, your nighttime sleep hormone. Melatonin controls your sleep-wake cycle. Estrogen supports melatonin production, so when estrogen drops, melatonin declines. It becomes harder to fall asleep. Nights become more restless. REM sleep shortens. Morning wake-ups feel harder. Even a small drop in estrogen can reduce melatonin significantly. This is one of the biggest reasons women struggle with insomnia during perimenopause. 5. Estrogen influences heart rate and stress reactivity. Estrogen stabilizes your autonomic nervous system, the system that controls heart rate, blood pressure, and stress response. Fluctuating estrogen may cause sudden heart racing at night, increased stress sensitivity, restlessness, difficulty relaxing, adrenaline surges. These symptoms often wake women up suddenly, even if they fall asleep easily. 6. Estrogen and sleep architecture, why your sleep feels different. Estrogen influences both deep sleep, slow-wave sleep, dreaming sleep, REM sleep. When estrogen fluctuates, REM sleep becomes shorter, dreams become more intense, nighttime awakenings increase, deep sleep decreases, sleep feels lighter. This explains why women often say, "I slept, but it wasn't a good sleep." 7. How to support estrogen naturally, general education only. These lifestyle tools help stabilize estrogen's influence on sleep. Keep your bedroom cool. Avoid heavy meals close to bedtime. Maintain steady blood sugar throughout the day. Manage stress to reduce nighttime adrenaline. Eat phytoestrogen-rich foods like flax, soy, and chickpeas. Support gut health for estrogen detox. These steps help soften estrogen fluctuations. Estrogen plays a major role in sleep quality, from temperature regulation and melatonin production to mood stability and REM cycles. As estrogen becomes unpredictable after 40, sleep becomes unpredictable too. Understanding this connection empowers women to make targeted lifestyle changes that bring deeper, calmer rest. Insulin and metabolism. Why poor sleep causes weight gain. If you feel like you're gaining weight faster after 40, especially around your belly, even though you're not eating more, poor sleep may be the real reason. One bad night of sleep can disrupt your insulin and metabolism for up to 48 hours. Sleep is not just rest, it's metabolic medicine. 1. Poor sleep increases insulin resistance even after one night. Insulin is the hormone that moves sugar into your cells for energy. When your sleep is disrupted, your cells stop responding to insulin as efficiently. This leads to higher blood sugar, stronger cravings, fatigue after meals, weight gain, stubborn belly fat, energy crashes. Women who sleep less than 6 to 7 hours per night have significantly higher insulin resistance, even if they eat well. After 40, insulin becomes naturally more sensitive, so poor sleep affects women more intensely than younger adults. 2. Sleep loss causes cravings, especially for sugar and carbs. After a bad night of sleep, two appetite hormones get disrupted. Ghrelin, hunger hormone, goes up. Leptin, fullness hormone, goes down. This creates increased appetite, cravings for sweets, desire for quick energy foods, difficulty feeling full. Emotional eating. You're not imagining it, you really are hungrier after poor sleep. This hormonal shift is why many women overeat the day after a restless night without meaning to. 3. Poor sleep slows down. Metabolism. Your metabolism is highly active during deep sleep. At night, your body repairs cells, burns fat, balances hormones, resets cortisol, detoxifies the liver. When sleep is shallow or interrupted, fat burning decreases. Thyroid activity slows. Cortisol rises. Muscle repair declines. Inflammation increases. Metabolism becomes sluggish, often without any change in diet. 4. High cortisol from poor sleep triggers. Belly fat storage. When you don't sleep well, cortisol rises the next day. High cortisol causes your body to store fat in the abdominal area because belly fat cells have more cortisol receptors. This leads to rounder belly, stubborn fat that won't budge, increased inflammation, blood sugar swings. It's not a willpower issue, it's biochemical. 5. Poor sleep disrupts your evening blood sugar rhythm. Your body is supposed to wind down at night with lower insulin and glucose activity. But when sleep is disrupted, blood sugar rises at night. Cortisol spikes, adrenaline increases, liver glucose output increases, melatonin drops. This is why many women wake up starving at 2 to 4 a.m., then struggle to fall back asleep. 6. Lack of sleep makes your body store calories differently. Studies show that poor sleep changes how your body uses energy, more calories stored as fat, fewer calories used for muscle, reduced metabolic flexibility, impaired fat oxidation. Even if you eat the same amount, your body stores more fat when you're tired. For women 40 plus, this effect is even stronger due to hormonal shifts. 7. Sleep quality matters just as much as sleep quantity. It's not just about hours in bed, it's about reaching deep sleep. Having stable sleep cycles, keeping cortisol low at night, reducing nighttime awakenings. Even 7 hours of poor quality sleep can disrupt insulin just as much as short sleep. Poor sleep is not just tiring, it's hormonally disruptive. It increases insulin resistance, slows metabolism, triggers cravings, raises cortisol, and encourages belly fat storage. For women over 40, sleep becomes one of the most important tools for weight balance and stable hormones. Thyroid and sleep, the fatigue no one notices. If you wake up tired no matter how long you sleep, feel foggy during the day, or rely on caffeine just to function, your thyroid may be quietly involved. Thyroid hormones control your energy, metabolism, and sleep cycle, and they often shift after 40 without obvious symptoms. 1. Your thyroid sets. Your body's energy rhythm. Your thyroid produces two main hormones, T4, inactive, T3, active. T3 determines your daytime energy, your body temperature, metabolism, how refreshed you feel in the morning. When thyroid hormones are low, even slightly, sleep quality drops. Women may sleep 8 hours and still feel heavy, foggy, unrefreshed, mentally slow. This isn't aging, it's early thyroid imbalance, which becomes more common in perimenopause. 2. Low thyroid function makes sleep lighter and more fragmented. Women with low thyroid activity often experience difficulty falling asleep, shallow sleep, waking several times at night, morning grogginess, restless legs, muscle tension, nighttime anxiety. This happens because the thyroid helps regulate melatonin, the hormone that puts you to sleep and keeps you asleep. When thyroid function slows, melatonin production becomes irregular, creating inconsistent sleep cycles. 3. Thyroid hormones regulate body temperature, a key to deep sleep. Your body needs to cool down at night to reach deep sleep. Low thyroid function can cause feeling cold at night, needing extra blankets, cold hands and feet, difficulty staying asleep, temperature fluctuations. A core temperature that's too low or too unstable makes it harder for the brain to move through healthy sleep cycles. This is why thyroid imbalance often feels like, I can't get comfortable at night. 4. Low thyroid slows brain function, leading to nighttime overthinking. Thyroid hormones help regulate memory, focus, mental clarity, emotional balance. Low thyroid disrupts these processes and makes the brain more sensitive to stress. This increases bedtime worry, emotional overwhelm, nighttime irritability, ruminating thoughts. Many women misinterpret this as anxiety, but it's often biochemical, not psychological. 5. Thyroid and cortisol work together, and when one is off, sleep suffers. High cortisol can slow thyroid conversion, T4 to T3. Low thyroid function can cause cortisol to rise. This cycle leads to wired but tired feeling, nighttime cortisol spikes, 3 a.m. wake-ups, afternoon crashes, difficulty relaxing at night. Perimenopause magnifies this interaction, making the thyroid-cortisol axis extremely important for sleep quality. 6. Signs your sleep problems may be thyroid-related. Women often overlook thyroid symptoms because they appear slowly. Common signs: constant fatigue, weight gain despite normal eating, cold intolerance, constipation, thinning hair, dry skin, brain fog, irregular periods, low motivation. When paired with poor sleep, thyroid imbalance becomes a major suspect. 7. Who is most prone to thyroid-related sleep troubles? Women over 40. Women with a family history of thyroid issues. Women with autoimmune conditions. Women under chronic stress. Women with low progesterone or fluctuating estrogen. women with insulin resistance. These groups are more vulnerable to sleep disruption caused by thyroid shifts. Your thyroid is a silent but powerful influence on sleep. When thyroid hormones dip, even slightly, sleep becomes lighter, temperature becomes unstable, energy fades, and mornings feel harder. For women over 40, supporting thyroid health is essential not only for metabolism, but for deep, restorative sleep. The hidden hormone cycle that happens while you sleep. Most women think sleep is just rest, but your hormones see it completely differently. While you're asleep, your body is running one of the most important hormone balancing cycles of the entire day, a cycle that cannot happen while you're awake. If you don't sleep well, this entire hormonal repair process gets interrupted. 1. Nighttime is when your hormones reset themselves. During deep sleep and REM sleep, your endocrine system performs essential tasks such as clearing excess cortisol, rebuilding progesterone pathways, stabilizing estrogen receptors, repairing thyroid tissue, balancing insulin, restoring metabolic hormones. This is your body's nightly maintenance shift. When sleep is disrupted, your hormones never finish their work. 2. Melatonin, the master regulator of your hormonal night cycle. Melatonin does far more than help you fall asleep. It acts as an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and hormone-regulating signal. It helps lower nighttime cortisol, support ovarian function, protect thyroid cells, stabilize blood sugar, reduce oxidative stress, support immune balance. Low melatonin equals disrupted hormonal repair. Melatonin naturally declines after 40, which is why sleep becomes lighter and why hormonal symptoms worsen. 3. Cortisol reset. Your stress hormone gets reprogrammed at night. When you sleep deeply, your cortisol curve is reset for the next day. This nighttime reset lowers overall cortisol, improves stress tolerance, reduces inflammation, prevents morning anxiety, keeps blood sugar stable. But if sleep is shallow or interrupted, cortisol remains high, causing morning stress, irritability, cravings, belly fat storage, blood sugar spikes. Sleep is your natural cortisol therapy. 4. Insulin repair happens at night, not during the day. While you sleep, your cells become more insulin sensitive. Your liver processes glucose. Your pancreas rests. Hunger hormones rebalance. Fat-burning hormones increase. Poor sleep creates insulin resistance, increased appetite, poor blood sugar control, stronger carb cravings, faster fat storage. This is why women gain weight even when eating normally. Their metabolic hormones didn't repair overnight. 5. Estrogen and progesterone rebalance while you sleep. During the night, your brain coordinates hormonal messaging. Progesterone pathways are rebuilt, helping you feel calmer. Estrogen receptors reset, helping stabilize mood and temperature. Good sleep improves PMS, mood swings, irritability, hot flashes, breast tenderness, bloating. Bad sleep magnifies these symptoms. 6. Your gut cleans and detoxifies hormones overnight. During sleep, the gut lining repairs. Gut bacteria rebalance. Estrogen is packaged for elimination. Inflammation decreases. This makes sleep crucial for estrogen detoxification. If you don't sleep well, estrogen builds up and contributes to heavy periods, bloating, water retention, irritability, fibroid growth, headaches. The gut-sleep and hormone chain is deeply interconnected. 7. Growth hormone peaks at night, especially in deep sleep. Growth hormone helps repair skin, rebuild muscle, burn fat, improve metabolism, support tissue healing. Poor sleep lowers growth hormone and accelerates aging, muscle loss, and weight gain. Your nighttime hours are the most important hormonal hours of the day. Sleep is when cortisol resets, estrogen and progesterone rebalance, insulin repairs, the thyroid calibrates, and your gut detoxifies hormones. When you protect your sleep, you protect your hormones. When sleep suffers, your hormones struggle. Conclusion: your hormones are begging for better sleep. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's a hormonal reset button, and your body depends on it far more than you realize. When you sleep deeply, cortisol calms down, progesterone becomes more effective, estrogen stabilizes, thyroid function improves, insulin resets, your gut detoxifies hormones, and your entire system comes back into balance. But when sleep is disrupted, every hormone becomes harder to control. Your mood changes, your energy drops, your weight becomes harder to manage, and your body feels off in ways that are difficult to explain. The good news: you can turn this around. Small changes to your evening habits, screen time, stress management, and sleep environment can give your hormones the rest they desperately need. Your body isn't fighting you, it's simply asking for recovery time. This video is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. If this helped you understand your body better, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with another woman who deserves deeper, healthier sleep. Thank you for watching.